Before I reveal what ammo won the vote from the last video, I gotta show you something that's going on that's really interesting on YouTube. Check this out. If you didn't catch it, watch it again. And then one last time, I'll make it obvious. The votes totaled have the Hornady Black as the obvious winner with a total of 14, and both the Federal Whitetail on the bottom here and the Sellers and Bellot, if I'm pronouncing that wrong, somebody correct me, tied at an equal 9. But I got a little bit of a issue. I could be potentially hunting in a field that has really high grass, and if that's the situation, I'm going to stick to one of the soft points just because I need to make sure that that jacket doesn't expand, because I don't know exactly what this ammo is. I'm going to do a little bit of research and get back to you guys. As of August the 17th, 2019, you will not find the Hornady Black for the 6.5 Creedmoor listed on their website. They have the 6mm Creedmoor, the 6.5 Grendel, and the 6.8 SPC, but not the 6.5 Creedmoor. So I did a general Google search, and the only place that I am finding the Hornady Black for the Creedmoor is at a local sporting goods store named Academy. Now, I think Academy's primarily in the south, and I know Google does a geotag research, meaning stores that are in your area, and that's the only store in my area that seems to be carrying it, and that's where I bought it. So if you are not from the south and you have Hornady Black, please list in the comments below where you purchased it, what the store was, because it's interesting that it's not on their website. But looking at their website, specifically at the Hornady Black ammo, it comes in a large variety of bullets, and if you go to their first commercial that came out a couple of years ago, it listed it as an all-purpose bullet.
We wanted to make sure that the Hornady Black line of ammunition was extremely versatile. We've got a collection of different bullet types. They're useful for many different types of shooting, whether it's plinking, target practice, competitive shooting, perhaps even hunting. The Black line of ammunition has a product that will suit everybody's needs.
It has it in the old AMAX, the SST, the match bullets. It comes in a large variety. So what I think this is, at least in my opinion, this is a good marketing scheme to just sell bullets in another format. Now, I've shot a hog with this bullet, this exact same box, last year out in West Texas at just about 100 yards. Hit it right in the neck in a drop. And so I did a little bit of reverse engineering to figure out what bullet this was. And according to my resources, this is just a match hollow point bullet that is 140 grains. And so is it intended to be a hunting bullet? No. Can you use it as a hunting bullet? I would say yes, because it does have lead. Is it the primary hunting bullet for a hog? I'd say no. Would I use it on a deer and smaller varmints and coyotes? I think it would work perfectly fine for that, especially at the velocities and impact that you're getting at a 6.5 Creedmoor. Tonight's hunt produced 0 results due to the combination of extremely high winds and a full moon. Check out this awesome thermal video I got of the full moon this morning. Check that out. Let's go through some settings here. That looks awesome. Let's get back to coyote hunting. Since I've got a captive audience, I thought I would show you this video that I found on Texas Parks and Wildlife last week.
Most of the research we do here at the Kerr Wildlife Management area is directly focused on the development of toxicants and delivery systems for feral pigs here in the state of Texas. We developed these facilities, and that gave us a more controlled environment to do some of the studies required. It allowed us to get better data in terms of access to the pigs and the way that they were behaving. The concepts are developed and prototyped and evaluated here in test pen. And if those concepts prove viable, we very well may be taking them to that larger scale of 300 acres and confirming that those concepts could be beneficial to feral swine management. the estimate for damage, monetary damage, direct impacts on things like agriculture and infrastructure, and the costs associated with controlling these feral pigs is upwards of $1.5 billion. Our training and our ethic and the mission given to us is to ensure that native species and cultural resources exist for future generations.
So what are your thoughts and opinions on this video? Comment below. The first thing that I noticed is using the words toxicants now instead of poison, the way they were using it a year and a half ago. So when they introduced this to the public for the first time, I was completely against it. The more dead hogs there are, there's less hogs for me to shoot. But after talking to both landowners and farmers primarily, they have showed me on their property that they cannot get to these sections because their farming equipment will be completely destroyed. And so it's coming down the line. It may be another 3, 5, 7, maybe 10 years before it happens, but it's got to happen. It's going to happen. My brother lives in Australia, and he's been telling me that he's been using toxicants for quite a few years out there, and they still can't get the hogs under control. So that alleviates my thought of there not being a mobile target. And on a side note, the USDA just released a program this past June or July that includes $75 million worth of research. If you guys are creative enough, there's a way for you to tap into that $75 million and come up with some kind of contract with the government and maybe purchase some items to help eradicate hogs. Hint. I'll get you the documentation and the information below. So I'm finally heading out to some farmland in South Texas a week and a half from now. I've got a whole bunch of ammo loaded up. The guys are getting excited about this. They still tell me 150 rounds of ammo is not enough. One guy's literally loading 600 rounds of ammo. So this is going to be fun. And yeah, stay tuned for my next adventure. Comment below.